And this is, what a nail! As Jonathan Bostic just separated Mike Willie from the football.
All right, I'm back. And, this is after the 48th pick, and we get another defensive back. And, right now I'm about ready to say, EF the Bears. Because this right here just lets me know, maybe there's something going on in the NFL. Maybe it's rigged. But how is it that the Chicago Bears have the worst problem with identifying their team needs and going out to go get what they need? I mean, this is unbelievable, man. I mean, you could have got some defensive backs later on in the draft. I mean, like I said, these guys that you're drafting right now, they're similar to the guys you could have gotten later on in the draft. You can't say that about the wide receiver and the offensive line position, man. Like, I really am in disagreement with what Ryan Poles is doing. I'm not trying to rain on these young men's parade today. I'm not. But what are we waiting for? What did we sit here and wait for? You're just like the last regime, neglecting to address the offensive line, and now you're going to address it in the later rounds with guys like Latavius Simmons, with guys like, Charles Leno, with guys like so many different guys, man, that you draft in these later rounds that don't pan out to being anything. And I'm exhausted with, putting in this kind of work and just wondering what kind of work are they putting in at Hallis Hall? Like, who is in their scouting department? What kind of discussions are they really having about their team? I mean, man, I was watching the CHGO podcast, and it was a little refreshing to see, Croots kind of had the same perspective that I have year after year. You go out there and say you're going to address the offensive line, but you don't. You don't do it. You never had a prolific wide receiver, a legit number one that's going to smoke anybody. Never had a T.O., never had an A.J. Brown, never had a big go up and get it guy. Never. You never draft guys like that, and you still haven't. You would rather wait till the undrafted rookie free agent market opens up and go snatch up a tall guy that couldn't play in college. I mean, your philosophy stinks right now, man. It stinks. And maybe it's just because I'm a believer in Justin Fields, so I look at it like, hey, when are we going to help out our young quarterback so he could develop and flourish? When are we going to do that? And I'm not seeing it. And hopefully things turn around for the Bears later on in the draft. And I'm not really impressed with what's going on here. I'm not. You still need to address the offensive line and wide receiver room, man. I'm not going to continue on. This is out of line right here. This is egregious. The Bears always find a way to mess up in the draft. They always find a way to mess up in the draft. Somehow, some way. And these guys are decent players. Don't get me wrong. They're decent players. They're going to play a number of years for the Bears. They're going to do well. But don't you want to see our offense score some points? Come on, man.